Oh, girlfriend, you you chose me. I'm so I don't know what to say. I just whatever you want, I'll be there, and I'm just so grateful that you chose me. I don't know what else.
Look, man, as a man, you be like that, woof, you about to be the super, you about to be the super, hold on, yep, hold on. Y'all see that? Y'all see that right there? Y'all see that? You see that? Hope I got that. You see that? Bruh. All right, got an email. One of the emails I've been getting. I'm reading this out to you. All right, thanks for sending the email. You know who you are. Not going to mention your name. I'm get straight to the email. So, I'm 21. I'm 5 feet tall. Not too tall in air quotes. I'm not the best looking. My hairline is receding. My skin looks kind of bad, and I've been learning how to appreciate the way I am, but it seems like I'm not making any progress. All right. I get the feeling that you're not too confident about yourself, and you let these things kind of loom as a cloud. The fact that your hairline's receding, the fact that you're not tall, the fact that you're not the best looking. You let that lead in your life. It's one thing to acknowledge it, to know that you have a gap to smile, to know that your skin isn't the best. But it's another thing to make it apparent before anyone else can say anything else. I didn't know that about you, but it seems like this is something you're insecure about. And I'm going to get to how you can deal with that in the future, but let's continue on. I do get compliments for being a fun guy, and that's how I got my past girlfriend. I felt like I was beyond elated when we dated. She was very beautiful and just a very fun person to be around with. Everything I disliked about myself disappeared when I was dating her. I feel like it's because I have someone to love me since I can't love myself. We broke up a year ago due to our religion. Well, first off, sorry about your breakup, man. Sucks to go through that, man. Especially when you really care about somebody. But one thing I wanted to point out is that what you said. I feel like it's because I have someone to love me since I can't love myself. That sounds pretty telling. Look, man. Loving yourself is a give and take, and there's a balance. You know, some people can be very, very arrogant and prideful with their love and how much they love themselves. Some would love themselves too much. Other people kind of have a self-loathing aspect. As a Christian, I'm kind of taught to, acknowledge that I'm a sinner and all that stuff. So I can't love myself too much, right? Well, what I'm bringing up is something else that the Bible talks about. It talks about how love your neighbor as you love yourself. Well, it implies that in order to love someone, you have to first love yourself. So I can see why you're beat up a lot on this woman and your guys' breakup, because it's almost like she was a breath of life to you in a bad way. She meant too much to you. No one should mean that much to you. God up above, probably the only person you should ever say that about. What you just said is a very lowly and a very low self-loathing, self-esteem thing that you just said. It's coming from a person who doesn't think too highly of themselves. It's almost like, oh my goodness, I'm so happy and amazed, and I'm so excited that someone actually thought that I was anything good. It's like you're doing this. Let me fix the camera. Excuse the noise, guys. Excuse the noise, but I gotta make a point.
Oh, girlfriend, you chose me. I'm so I don't know what to say. I just whatever you want, I'll be there, and I'm just so grateful that you chose me. I don't know what else.
Look, man, as a man, you be like that, woof, you about to be the super, hold on, yep, hold on. Y'all see that? Y'all see that right there? Y'all see that? You see that? Hope I got that. You see that? Bruh. Don't Bro, if you want to be a weak man, I'm telling you right now, weak men, they get chewed up and spit out by any type of woman. It's only a matter of time, bro. It's only a matter of time. Ugh. We broke up a year ago due to our religion, but still remain good friends. Oh, dang. Bruh. All right, man. To full disclosure, I almost did this. There's somebody who I cared about very dearly. Very dearly. She broke up with me, and I considered being her friend. But then I really thought about it. I was like, why would I want to be her friend? I'm not getting exactly what I want. But why would I settle for less? Don't you ever in your life, if you're still her friend, get out of that situation. She is dead to you from now on. Just get her out of your life, rip that part of your heart out and throw it away. Even if it's a piece of your heart, get rid of it. It's over. Let it go. Do not ever in your life put yourself in that situation again. Here, let me explain why. At least on the side of the woman and the man. When a man accepts being a woman's friend, you're basically saying, I'm still going to be here when you might decide that it's time. And what this communicates to a woman, it is such a weak position as a man. In a way, I'm not saying you shouldn't do it because of the bad consequences, not just that. You shouldn't do it because as a man, you have to have higher standards for yourself. Maybe even as a human being. If you're not getting what you want, you don't settle. If, for example, if I walk up to my boss and I really believe that I deserve $2 higher and I feel like I'm putting in so much more than other people and my boss is like, nah, I don't see it that way. Well, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to find another job and I'm going to be out because they don't respect me enough to what I feel like is a high enough value. So I'm going to leave. I'm telling you, if you have this level of dignity for yourself, it will pay off in the long run because it is better for your psyche, it is better for your spirit. Now, I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with being humble, but there's a difference between being humble and having no dignity. And when you show a woman that you're willing to be her friend, even after she broke up, even after you guys are done, even after you're never going to be able to experience her that way again, you accepting that, you have no dignity as a man, and there's no way she will respect a man like that. I'm just saying. I'm trying to give you some game. If you can do it, if you have the balls, these testicular fortitude to say, you know what, that's the best decision. No friends. I still wish we were still together because I could have never imagined a beautiful girl to fall in love with me, to fall in love with a guy who has no physical attraction. See, there it is again. I just basically, bruh, it's apparent that you don't even care about yourself and that you don't love yourself. So I'm just going to hold that for later on. Without her, my insecurities feel like it's crawling back up into my mind. It's been hard for me to accept the fact that she has another boyfriend already, and I'm doubting myself. Okay, so she has another boyfriend too, man, and you're still friends with her? You know what's crazy? It says a lot about this woman, the type of man she picks, because real men, if you have a high sense of dignity and sense of self-respect, you're not going to put up with ex-boyfriends being friends in the background. You're not going to put up with it because you know it's inherently disrespectful. And I don't have to be insecure as a man to not want my girlfriend to have an ex-boyfriend as a friend. No, it's sheerly off of respect. You have to respect me. You got to respect the title we have. You have to respect what we have going on. You have to hold it in high regard, and I demand that out of you. But she don't. I don't know. It seems a little childish, a little kid-like stuff, to be honest. No disrespect to you. I'm just pointing out what I see. I get that we have to love ourselves first, but I can't get the mindset in my head. Well, you're not practicing it. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna give you advice on how to practice it at the end of the video. And even though I tell her countless times that I'm happy for her, I still wish that we are still together. So James, my question is, how do I overcome my insecurities and how do I find myself another person who is willing to accept me for who I am? All right, well, there's a lot of questions and there's a lot of nuances in what you asked. So let me get to it. I want to point out also another thing that you said. Even though I tell her countless times that I'm happy for her, I still wish that we are still together. Well, so you're lying to her and you're lying to yourself. And this is what it feels like when you're not being honest, you're not being congruent. And when you want to grow as a person, when you want to grow to be a person that you can live with, because sometimes being the best version of yourself, it's very extravagant. But if we can at least start with self-dignity, to be a person of dignity to where you can wake up and you don't feel too dirty, you have to not practice insecurities. And one of your insecurities that you're practicing right now is you're friends with your ex, even though this is how it makes it worse. It would be one thing if you guys are still friends, but to make things even worse, she's with another guy. And to make things even worse than that, you're telling her that you're happy for her, even though you're not. So you're lying about that. You're lying about that off of your own admission. Secondly, you're putting yourself in a state of emotional stasis where you're going to be constantly waiting at the door like a dog, or you're going to put your paws on the windowsill waiting for your owner to come home. That is what you view your ex-girlfriend as. Is she going to be back soon? Your heart is not allowed to heal because you're in this emotional stasis. Now, I would advise you to get out of that because it's the only way that you can get to what you're asking me of. You asked me once again, how do I overcome my insecurities? Okay. 1, get rid of that friend. She's dead to you. Get rid of her number. Don't ever talk to her again. Just expect in your future you're gonna have someone better. It's highly unlikely that your ex that you'll ever have another success story with your ex. It's almost nigh impossible. So I wouldn't recommend it. How do I find myself another person who is willing to accept me for who I am? Well, where you're at right now and who you are right now, you're a lying, insecure person. You're lying to yourself about the fact that you're okay with her being with another man, even though you secretly admitted in this email that you're not okay with that and that you really want her for yourself. So you have to stop lying to yourself and you have to start practicing more secure and more dignity in your dating life. And it starts simply. So once again, the simple step is don't be a friend of hers. Get rid of the friendship. Throw it in the trash. Go play video games. Go do whatever you have to do to get over that situation. Get over it. And put a lot of time and space between it. Don't ever contact her again. She's dead to you. Secondly, you have to start working on yourself. Because right now where you're at your current state, you're not okay with how you are. And you know that there's something off. So you got to start doing things that are going to help you get out of that state. If you don't like your hair, cut it off. If you think you're balding, maybe you look better bald. Grow your beard out. If you're not too happy with your skin, eat better. Get more sleep. There are ways that you can do to aesthetically improve yourself while maintaining your dignity. You're short. You just cut it out. Take it as a loss. Charge it to the game. I'm white. I can never tan. I just got to accept it. Don't let it be an anchor around your neck because other people are going to see how it holds you down, and don't allow them to see that, because if you let your insecurities out, that is being who you are. A lot of times who we are, we're ugly sometimes. Sometimes I want to stab somebody in the freaking face when they cut me off. That is who I am. That is a part of who I am. But I keep that at bay. I control that. I mortify that part of me. So you don't always want to let people see, this is what I'm trying to get at. This is another larger point. Who you are, you can only show that to maybe one person, and I would say it's God, because your real, unadulterated, unbarred self, it's evil, it is twisted, it's distorted, it's unstable. But everyone else, they have to see a part of you that's put together, and you have to be strong for yourself. Now, here's what I will say. There is some merit in what you're saying. Sometimes when you're down and out and maybe you lost your job or you lost a family member and you're crying and you're at a vulnerable state, there are women, real special women, who will pick you up out of that point. But that's the key word. They'll pick you up out of that because they want to see you in a better space, right? But you as a man, you're going to attract more women if you're able to put yourself out of that, whether you're praying to God, whether you're doing what you need to do. You're going to be able to put yourself out of that more easily than the next. So women are going to be able to trust in you. They're going to be able to confide in you. They're going to be able to depend on you because you're showing that you're more dependable. But right now, you're not necessarily in a dependable state. People, if I was to read, if I was your future wife and I was to read this message that you sent me, I would be like, dang, I'm not ready to marry him right now. So put yourself in a woman's perspective and say, okay, what would a woman reasonably want in a man and become that? Being 5'7", being not too attractive, as you say. What woman would be okay with that and become that? Not for the sake of becoming it so you can get that woman, but because the journey in doing it, it actually helps grow you as a person. So I know I'm being a little bit over and out and to and fro with this response, but it's because I'm really trying to attack a lot of the points that I think you address. One other thing that you said was, I do get compliments for being a fun guy, and that's how I got my last girlfriend. Look, man, being fun, this is overrated, man. Like, there are women out there, I just want to travel. I don't know, I want a guy who's spontaneous. Like, why can't you just why can't you like a guy who reads? What's wrong with a guy who reads? What's wrong with a guy who's very passionate about his studies or the simpler things in life? Being fun, it's overrated to me because it's almost like you become this monkey that you always have to put on a show for women. And if I'm not funny, then I have no value as a man. Like, bro, like, I'll give you an example. Right now, I'm making a video. And nobody, friends, girlfriends, whatever, nobody's gonna come in between me and what I'm doing right now. If you're serious about your business and you get things done, that is more attractive to a woman than being funny. So, but more importantly, that is just the icing on the cake. You get to be attracted to a woman, but more importantly, you get your business in order. You get your life in order. So even if you don't necessarily attract a woman, it doesn't matter because you have built dignity, you have built confidence in developing your skills and developing who you are as a person, getting on your calling in life. That is gonna pay. That is gonna have way more payoff than your last relationship. You get what I'm saying? So don't worry about being funny. Don't worry about trying to become somebody for a woman. You got to do it for you, because what I'm getting the sense of is that you're trying to latch on to someone else to make you feel better about yourself. Don't do that, man. Like, bro, a lot of us have been in that situation before. I've been in that situation in times with bad relationships in my past, but I'm standing in a different space, and I'm telling you that it's better where I'm at right now. It's the reason as to which I can impart so much insight to your situation. So just try and get where I'm at. Try and develop yourself. Try and figure out reasonable ways that you can work on yourself. That will help you out of the situation, I promise you. So I hope the response was provided enough value for you, but I appreciate you reaching out. All right, man. And for everybody else, I hope you guys got something out of this. So y'all take care.